All right, we got started back here on this tiny house project. So we got the frame painted last time and got it ready. So today we're starting putting the flooring and stuff down. I didn't necessarily want to start with this part of the floor, but whenever we loaded it on the trailer, they put it on top of the 2x4s that I need for my floor joists for this part. So once I started unloading them, I realized how green and wet and heavy they were. So I figured I'd go ahead and put them down. That way they can dry. Right now I've just got them here in the back. There's nothing going to be screwed down in here. It just kind of goes in this little lip, and then the first cross beam is a little over 2 foot up, and then same way, like every 30 inches all the way up through here. But for right now, I just got the leading edge here so it doesn't move and so they can dry out. I put them down with these 2 3/4 self-drilling wood to metal screws. It's the same thing they use in semi-trailers and or the old semi-trailers and the wood deck car trailers and stuff like that. So that'll be plenty good for this. So we're going to get that down. I'm going to build my floor joists here out of 2x4s, which will be more than enough, you know, no more than it's going to be overhanging the sides. And then I've got all these braces, I-beam braces, and then the angle iron that I'm going to screw it down to. So that'll be more than enough. But I'm going to build that out of 2x4s. And then I've got some 3/8 treated ground contact plywood that I'm going to put that on the bottom of it. And then we're going to paint that all black. I've got some oil-based black paint that we're going to cover it. And then we'll flip that whole section of flooring over. And then we'll insulate it. And then I've got tongue and groove 3/4 inch OSB. Yeah, I know that's probably overkill, but I work on a lot of campers and everyone complains about how spongy it is, and I hate that spongy floor myself. So I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of weight by using tongue and groove, and it will be glued and screwed down. And then once we get all the floor on this section, which is the living room, kitchen area, the bathroom, and up there in the master bedroom area. Once we get it all down, then we're going to put our vinyl flooring down, get it glued before I start building the walls. That way it'll be all one piece. You don't have to worry about, you know, if it leaks, it's not going to get down through any seams or anything. So, and it was on sale. So that's kind of the theme of this. You know, it wasn't originally what we was wanting, the color of the pattern, but you know, whenever they're talking $1.90 to $1.09 a square foot, or $1.90 to $2.09 a square foot, and that was on sale with a clearance because they didn't quite have enough to fill someone's order for 79 cents, I can make sacrifices. So let's get this framed out and then I'll be back. All right, I got the floor all framed out here. They're all 16 inches on center, and there's 2 nails and a screw in every floor joist. We get ready to put the treated 3/8 plywood on here. That way we can get that painted today, and then tomorrow we can get it flipped over and I can put the top on it. All right, so the end of the first day here, we've got this whole side here framed. This these 1/2 inch treated strips are glued and pinned or stapled to the 2x6s, the treated 2x6s that are screwed to the frame. The way they did it on the camper part for the factory, they had 2x2s here, which I guess was okay, but they're also what rotted because it had metal siding on it. And when the water gets in there and gets trapped, it it tends to rot it away. So for the little bit of extra weight, I went ahead with everything treated. That's to the exterior. Same here around the frame opening for this storage compartment. Got it framed out, cut out, so it'll have its door in there. The way I'm going to do the metal is I'm going to screw it long ways to every stud. So the studs will be 16 inches on center. So essentially from front to back, it'll have the top two pieces will be 26 feet long, all one piece of metal. So that'll tie everything together whenever it's all done. But we got the upper floor joists in, along with the 3/8 treated plywood floor. And then this piece of 1/2 inch here for a divider wall. Got it in, got it screwed in place, and it's got 2 coats of an oil-based black, just for looks more or less, and to kind of seal it. Same with this piece here. It is not treated, but it does have 2 coats of the same black oil-based paint on the bottom. That's where the black tank and the gray tank will be underneath of that, and then there'll be another floor on the bottom underneath the tanks to kind of keep it heated. So I'm not worried so much about that. The rest of it that's all open is treated to the exterior. So this is what I'm using for the flooring. Again, just throwed a coat of paint on it just for aesthetics. I am going to light that in there with some LED light strips whenever I'm done. Got all the floor joists in. Got the 3/8 on the bottom. It is glued and ring shank nail. Got it fastened all up. For the end of the day, I'm going to go ahead and insulate all this and get the OSB put down. I'm going to work on the other side right now to get it all framed up. That way tomorrow morning I can come in and put down all the flooring, and then I'll work on the trusses tomorrow while the glue underneath the vinyl flooring dries. So let's work on this other side. All right, we're going to get ready to start studding this thing up a little bit. So we finally got all the flooring down, glued down. It's had a couple days to set up and cure. I've decided to go ahead and put all the flooring down, set the walls right on top of the linoleum, at least down through here. That'll definitely help, you know, hopefully prevent, and it'll make it faster in the long run. It's easier to do this floor like it is than trying to fit around everything. I said this wasn't our first, second, or third choice on flooring, but I think it looks pretty decent. So we're going to go, the front wall will be 65 inches tall, and then this next section here where the bathroom is going to be at, it'll be a little over 77, and then the main floor here will be just a little over 8 feet. So that'll give us plenty of height. Overall, the living quarters will be right around from right here to the front wall will be 26 feet, which will give us plenty of space when we're out there, you know, HOV parks, or visiting family and friends, or just traveling around. So we're going to go ahead and get that front studded up. So what I'm doing down here is I am going to use construction adhesive on the studs. We are going 16 inches on center, especially in the front where all the air will be. We're also going to, I'm going to put 2 nails per stud and 1 screw, just for a little added reinforcement. You know, unfortunately with the lumber the way it is, I've got to straighten out some 2x4s. But once I get this built, I've got some scrap pieces of 1/2 inch plywood. I'll fasten it to the two outside, I've heard them called California studs or whatever. You'll see them here in a little bit. But then I'll use that with a piece of 1/2 inch to straighten out all the studs. And then once we put on the metal on the front, then that'll hold them all straight and it'll be super strong. So let's get this built and get it in place.